Hello everyone, let's jump straight into the positive side of the story. In professional terms, PMO success means that a project management office consistently delivers value, earns stakeholder trust, and supports the organization in achieving its strategic goals. Now, let me say that in very simple English. A PMO succeeds when people actually want to work with it. Leaders listen to it, project managers trust it, and the organization feels more confident about its projects. You've probably seen this difference yourself. One PMO is ignored while another PMO is invited into important discussions. The successful one isn't louder or stricter, it's more useful. So, the key takeaway here is this: PMOs succeed when they are seen as valuable partners, not extra overhead. And once we understand that success starts with perceived value, the next natural question is what creates that value in the first place? And that takes us right into the next scene. Let's break that down. From a professional point of view, PMOs succeed when they are clearly aligned with organizational strategy and business objectives. Stay with me here. In simple terms, a successful PMO knows why it exists. It understands what the business is trying to achieve and shapes its work around that goal. You've probably seen PMOs that are very busy but not very relevant. Compare that with a PMO that helps leadership answer questions like which projects matter most right now. That PMO becomes important very quickly. I once worked with a PMO that changed just one thing. Instead of reporting task progress, they started reporting business impact. Suddenly, leadership started paying attention. So now that we see how alignment with strategy creates relevance, the next step is understanding how leadership support plays a role in PMO success. And that's exactly where we are headed next. Now let's talk about leadership. Professionally, PMOs succeed when they have strong, visible executive sponsorship and support. Let me simplify that. A PMO needs someone at the top who believes in it, speaks for it, and uses it. When leaders trust the PMO, everyone else follows. You've probably seen this. When senior leaders ask for PMO reports, attend PMO meetings, and act on PMO recommendations, the PMO becomes powerful without forcing anything. I once saw PMO struggle for years. Then a new executive sponsor arrived and started using PMO dashboards in every meeting. Within months, the PMO's influence changed completely. So now that we understand how leadership backing builds authority and trust, the next piece of the puzzle is how PMOs succeed by supporting people, not controlling them. And that brings us into the next scene. Let's talk about behavior. From a professional perspective, successful PMOs focus on enablement and support rather than excessive control. Now let me say that plainly. PMOs succeed when they make life easier, not harder. They guide, coach, and support instead of policing every move. You've probably seen this at work. A PMO that helps a project manager solve a problem earns respect. A PMO that only asks for reports earns resistance. I remember a PMO that introduced a simple rule: call us early, we won't blame you. That one sentence changed everything. Project managers started engaging early and problems were solved faster. So now that we see how a supportive mindset builds trust, the next question is, how do PMOs stay relevant as organizations change? And that takes us directly into the next scene. This is where maturity comes in. Professionally, PMOs succeed when they continuously adapt and evolve based on organizational needs and maturity. Let's break this down together. A PMO that never changes slowly becomes outdated. A successful PMO listens, learns, and adjusts its approach over time. You've probably seen organizations grow, restructure, or shift strategy. A strong PMO grows with them. It adds structure when needed and removes it when it becomes a burden. I once worked with a PMO that reduced reporting instead of adding more. Leadership loved it. That flexibility made the PMO more credible, not less. So now that we understand how adaptability keeps PMOs relevant, the final step is understanding the overall impact of a successful PMO. And that brings us to our last scene. Let's bring everything together calmly and clearly. PMOs succeed when they deliver value, align with strategy, earn leadership trust, support people, and continuously adapt. In simple words, successful PMOs focus on outcomes, not ego. They listen more than they command. They guide more than they control. After 25 years in this field, I can tell you this with confidence. The best PMOs feel almost invisible because things just work better when they are around. So now that you clearly understand why PMOs succeed, you are perfectly prepared to move forward and explore how to design, structure, and operate PMOs effectively in the real world. And that's exactly where your PMOCP journey takes us next. We are going to discuss PMO versus project management in details in next chapter.